Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday night is organ music night, and tonight we're going to be playing with some wedding music. I am watching the sound. It would appear to be working tonight. Let me know in the chat that everything is working. We've been having technical issues. Again, of course we've been having technical issues. The world is full of technical issues at the moment. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at the world of wedding music, and there's a very good reason for that, and you shall find out more about that very, very shortly. Right, I'm going to wait until someone says, yes, the audio is fine, and before I carry on with other things. A-OK, says Gerald. CameraTim.com, who's been playing with organs in the real world. Congratulations, Tim.com. Sounds good. Wonderful. Good. Now, I see we have a birthday girl in the audience as well. Eva Fellner. Young Eva, it's her birthday today. Liebe Eva, alles Gute zum Geburtstag. Ich hoffe, du hast einen wunderschönen Tag gehabt, obwohl du wahrscheinlich in der Schule warst, du Arme. Ja, das ist echt doof, ne? Schule und Geburtstag. Aber ich hoffe, du hast heute Abend ein bisschen schön gefeiert. Ich hoffe, dein Papa hat dich ordentlich verwöhnt. Und wir werden dich auch jetzt etwas verwöhnen, indem wir für dich singen. Right, we are going to sing for Eva. It's Eva's birthday today. And Eva spent the day at school, although it was a Friday and she had to go to school, which is a bit of a shame. Eva, wie alt bist du denn heute? Wissen wir das oder dürfen wir das gar nicht wissen? Das lasse ich dich entscheiden. It's Eva's birthday today and we don't know how old Eva is. Maybe she's going to tell us, maybe she isn't. But I think we should all get together and sing happy birthday for Eva, don't you? And I think what we should do, we should turn the organ up as loud as it can possibly go. And we will sing, let's sing English first and then you can all sing it in German. How do you sing it in German? Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. That means all the luck in the world for your birthday, or all happiness for your birthday, I suppose. Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. Say it again. Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. So you do it twice. Zum Geburtstag, liebe Eva. Happy birthday, dear Eva. Zum Geburtstag viel Glück. There you are. That's easy, isn't it? So I think we can all do that. So we'll all sing happy birthday in English, then we'll do Zum Geburtstag. And I tell you what, we'll do it a third time as well. We'll do it in Italian. Tanti auguri a te. Okay, so there you are. Let's do it in Italian as well. Right, here we go. Ready? Happy birthday. I bet that's the loudest that's ever been played for Eva before. Isn't that wonderful? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the organ in Billerbeck Cathedral. Billerbeck is a town in the north of Germany. If you drive along the A2. The A2, you just drive up the A1 and then across the A2 towards Hanover, you will on the left-hand side see Billerbeck at some point. So there you are, driving towards Hanover. So it's towards the north. Yeah, right. Now, a long time ago, I bought this book. And it says here, it says it somewhere, there's a sticker somewhere in this book. I put my name on it somewhere. There's have I removed it? Damn it, it's probably fallen off. I think I bought this book back in the music shop in Inverness, Scotland, where I come from. And yes, the music shop was actually called The Music Shop. A very innovative name. And this was one of the first pieces of organ music I actually bought. One of the first books I ever bought myself with my own pocket money. When I say pocket money, it's probably money my mum gave me, but pocket money nonetheless. And this is one of the first books I bought. I was asked to play at a wedding, and I wasn't really an organist at the time. I was just sort of starting out, and I bought this book, and I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to play any of those pieces ever. They all look so difficult. And I learned, 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 and I practiced, and I learned, and I got eventually to play this piece of music live at a wedding. And I made a complete and utter tits up of it. An absolute mess, unbelievable mess. Nonetheless, it was my first wedding I got to play for. I can't even remember who it was for. It's probably better that I don't remember. They certainly don't want to remember that I played. And for some reason, they wanted this on the way in. This is normally what you'd play on the way out, at least back in the good old days before people started requesting some weird and wonderful music, which we will be getting to later in the program. Felix Mendelssohn is the composer, and it's quite simply his wedding march from A Midsummer Night's Dream. You will all know this. It's the famous wedding march with the famous Mendelssohn chords. The wedding march from Mendelssohn. Sorry about that. In the middle of that, I had no audio. It obviously didn't affect you because nobody said anything. So I think my headphones are dying. Or something cut out in the middle. Just disappeared. Can I repeat it? Can I get it to do it again? Probably not. It's probably something to do with my headphone jack, which over the years is becoming old. Let's see if it's working again. Interesting. Okay, it's probably the headphones. It might be the audio interface. I had hoped, fingers crossed, to get my Mo2, my new audio interface, working again. It's not, so I'm still using the old audio interface. It may have something to do with that. Like I say, technical issues, fun and games. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are not only celebrating the birthday of Eva, we are also celebrating a wedding anniversary. On May the 12th, in the year 2001, We did that the other night on our science fiction night. Yes, 2001. 2001. How many, hands up, how many of you think 2001 was 12 years ago? Yes, sadly, no, it was 22 years ago. Good heavens. So, a very, very happy 22nd marriage wedding anniversary to the Platts, Cam and Kristin Platts. Yes, they got married on the 12th of May, 2001. And Cam, the naughty boy, sent me this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is their order of service. This is their order of service. Now, rather wonderful indeed. One piece of music I wasn't able to find spontaneously, but the rest of it I have. Now, they started with, obviously, with some fancy music, but in the middle they had a hymn for everyone to sing, and it's a lovely hymn. It's one of those beautiful sort of Anglican hymns that the world really needs to know, and I think it's rather lovely because, Jez, you're going to love it, it's a Welsh melody. It's an old Welsh hymn, a Welsh song, and it's absolutely delicious. It's Immortal, Invisible, God Only Wise, which has one of the loveliest little melodies you could ever want to have. Let's hear it. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's not just hear it, let's play around with it. Let's do a little sort of improvisation on it. That's what we'll do. So, dedicating this one, of course, to Cam and Kristin on their wedding anniversary night. And there will be more of their music coming during the evening. So this was the hymn they sang. A little improvisation then from me to you. Immortal, invisible, God only wise. Immortal, invisible, God only wise. Yeah, I love it so much. Someone said, who was it? Orgelhase. Yeah. Or was it Orgelhase? Yeah, I do. I love playing in the keys of A flat, D flat, G flat, all the naughty flat keys. And this one sounds particularly beautiful. Oh, it sounds absolutely beautiful down there in D flat. Isn't that just lovely? And if you get my hands were bigger, I could do that without thinking about it. Oh, isn't that beautiful? 32 foot. More 32 foot. Oh, yes. That's where the fun stuff comes from. Yeah. If you're learning to play a musical instrument, a keyboard instrument in particular, an organ, for example, and you want to learn to make sort of naughty music to make people go all gooey at the edges, then learn to play in A flat, D flat, or G flat, or maybe even C flat. Don't call it B major, C flat. If you think in the flat keys, it will just be wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing tonight? I got a little message on the way past there on my iPad number 2. This is the decadence of life in this part of the world. Why is my face not working? There it is. I think there was a little something came in there. Was there a little something from, yes, it said something. I'm guessing there was a little PayPal on the way past. So thank you very much indeed. We have a little link there. Vanessa's got it up. It says, welcome baby Gartshore. Yes, we forgot to change that. We're still welcoming our baby daughter to the world. Our baby daughter, who shall of course remain nameless here on the interweb. She's being very, what's the word I'm looking for? Anonymous, that's the one. And will be kept that way. Young children have no place on the internet, is the way we think about it. And yeah, we're going to keep her secret, but she's here and she's wonderful, and we love her to bits. And yeah, we're getting there. So tonight I'm on my own in the organ room. Vanessa is downstairs with baby Gartshore, and she's working from downstairs. So if Vanessa's not answering immediately for things like that, then she's probably dealing with baby Gartshore. And obviously that takes precedence. We've had a couple of requests for this evening. I noticed that because Vanessa just popped a request into our playlist. Look at this. This is magic. I have a playlist. Oh, there's one item in the playlist. Stop it. Is it good to turn pages for me? Winky, 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 winky. Come on, wink, back. Yes, there it is. Okay, all set up to react to my winking and my blinking. Please don't do Peter Lorre impressions. Winking and blinking. Peter Lorre, what was that all about? Who knows? Joe, you probably know the answer to that. He was winking and blinking at me. You probably know what that was all about. That's one for Joe. Let's find out. Anyway, right, our friend Yellowbird sent us a piece of music. This is, I don't necessarily think it's to do with weddings, but I suppose it would be a nice piece of music to play at a wedding. It's an old swing number, but it's an old Italian swing number, believe it or not. Now, it was made famous by all sorts of people, including, of course, Dean Martin, but also Perry Como, and a variety of others. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure we will find some along the way. And it's a wonderful old piece of music, and I didn't know this, but yes, it was an entry to the Eurovision Song Contest. The Eurovision Song Contest, yes, a medium that sadly has not died out over the years. It's a very bizarre thing, but yeah, everyone claims to love it. And recognize that chord? I'm sure you do. Isn't that a wonderful chord? I quite like that. Should we do it again? What key is that even in? What key is that in? I wonder. Tells me there, but I'm not going to tell you. Yes, anyway, back to the Eurovision Pong Contest. This was from the 1950s, 1950, probably 8 or something like that. The wonderful Italian hit, Volare, oh, oh. And you all get to do that. Cantare, oh, 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 oh. Yes, so if you want to know it, if you want to sing along, please do. Oh, we have a little something. Thank you. Someone bought a virtual ticket. Thank you very much indeed. Sadly, I don't get a name on this one. Sometimes I get a name on that one. And over there on that screen, there's nothing. Wonder why it's not set up. Oh, okay. Too many screens, too many things. Vanessa knows what she's doing. Volare, sing along, please. Cha-cha-cha. We have to have a cha-cha-cha at the end of that. I realized as I started playing that it was in the key of A major. Now, Orgel Hase, who quite happily will tell me and remind me that I want to play an A flat and D flat, quite happily all day long, but A major, ugh, what a horrible key. So, yeah, sorry about that. A major. Any more in my wonderful list of requests? No, no more in my list of requests. Right, be gone. Oh, I can see who wrote now. Who was this? Oh, who was this? No, still can't tell. Gerald, thank you, Gerald. I got something from Gerald come in there. Who else? Stefan. Oh, Stefan, thank you very much, Stefan. Who dis? Hold on, I shall turn it round so that nobody knows. Cam. Oh, Cam, thank you very much indeed. Cam, Cam, Cam. And Jürgen. Thank you, Jürgen. Ah, this is exciting. Thank you very much indeed for your assistance, for your help, for your generous tickets or tickets. Back to the wedding book now, and back also to the program from the Palats. Now, there are various trumpet tunes that get played at weddings, and this is one of them, if I can find it. Which one is it? Hold on, there are so many, I need to make sure I get the right one. It's the... Where is it? Damn it, Janet, it's not here. There it is. Page, there it is, there it is. Yes, it's this one. It's this one. The Trumpet Tune by Henry Purcell. Now, Henry Purcell was an English composer of old, 1659 to 1695. Very long time ago. And Henry Purcell was very much a sort of musician to the royals, to the court of the king, and so on in those days. And actually also to the Queen in those days too, think back. And yeah, he was an amazing musician, amazing singer, amazing composer, amazing performer. He was pretty much the sort of the wonder musician of his day. And he did a lot for the English organ world. We have to say that because it was very much an English thing in those days. You can't say British organ world because that's not true. Back in those days, definitely in the English organ world. And Henry Purcell, wonderful, wonderful stuff. This is his legendary trumpet tune in D major, and if the Platts think back 22 years, this is hopefully what met them at the doors to the wedding venue. That's good fun, isn't it? It's a great little trumpet tune that you can do more. Now, there are different ways of playing it. I played the full organ version, which is the one you just heard. You can also play it like this, which is maybe not quite as bombastic and in your face, but you can play it with a solo trumpet, which then sounds something like, hold on, let's get rid of some of that. This would then sound something like this. And so on and so on and so on. So you have a solo. In this case, a huge horizontal trumpet sitting atop the organ, speaking into the audience. Now you might have a different trumpet. It might just be this one. This organ has various trumpets. Let me show them to you. There's one on this manual, which is quite thin. There's one on this manual, which is pretty big, a bit rounder. There is theoretically one on this manual, which is very snappy. But the big one is this one, which blows your tits off. And it's not only that, you can get it at this here, you can get one an octave higher, an octave lower. Ho 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 ho, and that doesn't just blow various parts of you, that blows your entire body apart. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Yes, Gerald, you heard me right. I'm in a naughty mood today, and quite right too. So there you are. That was the trumpet tune in D major by Henry Purcell. An absolutely wonderful piece of music. I think you will, or I hope you will agree. Now, there are various other trumpet tunes, and one of them was requested by our good friend Uncle Joe. And Uncle Joe knows his stuff. So this is an interesting one. Oops, I need that for later. Who composed this piece of music? There are various composers connected with this piece of music, and as none of us have a time machine, we don't actually know who composed it, but at the moment we think it was Jeremiah Clarke. Or was it? Or was it? This is the Prince of Denmark's March, which we all know and love. This has been played at weddings for many, 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 many moons. And what I'm going to do my big trumpets for this. I love this one. Any fans of Peter Sellers out there will hopefully know there's a bit of a funny version, a rock and roll version of this from Peter Sellers. Anyone who can tell me about it in there gets a banana. Prince of Denmark's March by Jeremiah Clarke, by Purcell. We're not very sure. Oh, Vanessa's coming to join me. Hello.
132 aus dem Grauen. 132 auch Cam und Dings für Christi.
I beg your pardon? This is for...
Von Gleiswanderer für die...
Ah, okay, that's nice. Oh, that's a nice one.
Ob du das von Gershwin hast an der Liste. Von Gershwin in der Liste von Rasmus.
Is it in the list?
Ne, wo ist deine Liste von Tablet?
Here. What do you mean? Where's my list? Was meinst du?
Ich hab dir was rübergeschickt.
Ah, okay.
Das ist von Rasmus auch an die beiden.
Oh my goodness, okay. Ooh, okay.
Okay?
Oh gosh, okay. Oh, okay, that's a very much a piano score. Okay, I shall have a look at it. Okay, that's for Rasbaz, from Rasbaz.
Okay.
Okay. And how about a tasty beverage, Mrs. Gartshore, while I'm here? How about a tasty beverage while I'm here? This is nice. Vanessa came to say hello. Are you going to say hello to everybody?
Hello.
I thought you might appear in front of the camera and say hello. Vanessa says, I'm not going to appear in front of the camera. Look at me. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Oh,
I see. She says she's not beautiful. She's tired and she's full of baby puke. Really? A little bit. Oh, okay, a little bit. The joys of having babies. And, oh, okay. Right. A message from Mrs. Gartshore. Mrs. Gartshore being the... Beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? You know what she just said? She said it would appear people aren't enjoying us this evening. People aren't enjoying this this evening. We have had, I can look, you see, I can control this myself. We have had, that's true, we have had 1, 2, 3, 4 tickets this evening have been sold. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 tickets have been sold. That's, that ain't going to keep the Gartshore gang in sweeties. That's not even going to keep us in tasty beverages. Ah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your virtual tickets on the way past. Vanessa has a link there to our little PayPal link. If you're not interested in PayPal, Vanessa? She's not there. If you're not interested in PayPal, you can check us out on Buy Me a Coffee. That's another sort of donation based site where you can give free and of your own will and accord. And it also offers memberships where you can join us on a regular basis, which is also rather grand. So that would be lovely. Thank you very much indeed, if you would consider doing that. You can become a member here on YouTube itself. Daniel, how to buy a ticket? Look in the chat. There's a pinned message. It says, welcome, baby Gartshore. And then there's a little PayPal link. Daniel, that's how to buy a ticket. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Right, we've had a couple of requests, and our request this evening is not from the Brown Book of Goodness, no, it's from the Grey Book of Magnificence. The Grey Book of Magnificence, and it's in the key of D flat. Thank you, Gleiswanderer. Our friend Gleiswanderer is very good and sends me all these wonderful requests, and this is no exception. This is her, Nancy, thank you very much. Nancy. Many songs with the word Nancy in the title. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy from Chicago buying us a wonderful ticket on the way past there. Thank you. I've set it up so it tells me now I can watch. That's exciting. If you want your name mentioned and your ticket, then feel free. Right, this is Gleiswanderer's request for the happy couple, for Cam and Kristen. It's called Glücklich vereint, which means happily together, which I think is exactly what you are. It's the number 132 in the Grey Book of Magnificence. Glücklich vereint, there you are. Ursa Meyer, that's it, 132, Glücklich vereint. Ursa Meyer, by the way, I must put a really big thank you to Ursa Meyer. She works away in the background. Not only did she come up with all the emojis for the Gartshore gang here, we have our own emojis, which is rather exciting, but she also writes out the entire program to every concert after I play it and puts the timestamps and a comment under the video. So if you want to come back and watch the video later because you thought something was particularly good or bad and want to hear it again, then check out Ursa's timestamp comment, which I always pin right underneath the videos. It's always the top comment. Right, here we are from Gleiswanderer for the Platz. Glücklich vereint in the beautiful key of D flat major. That means soft and gorgeous harmonies. Ready? Oh, what a gorgeous piece of music. Glücklich vereint. I love that. I love that. These pieces of music are absolutely amazing. And while I understand the reasoning behind it, I think it's a terrible shame that the composers of these pieces are not mentioned anywhere. We don't know who wrote them, which I personally think is a terrible shame. It's beautiful. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the Brown Book of Magnificence, the Grey Book of Magnificence, these are, believe it or not, the hymn tunes from the Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, now think what you will of Jehovah's Witnesses around the world, but by God, they've got damn good music. And yeah, that is an absolutely beautiful melody, isn't it? It's so simple. Simple melodies are the most effective ones. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Don't you agree? Now, have we had all the trumpet tunes? Oh, we definitely haven't had all the trumpet tunes. There are trumpet tunes for weddings by other folks. And I think we have to have this guy here. Now, we had this guy here not that long ago. And we actually had this piece not that long ago as well, but it's so good, we're going to play it again. If you weren't dead last weekend, you were probably watching something very British, a coronation ceremony from Westminster Abbey, where the former Prince Charles officially became King Charles and was anointed and crowned and is now the defender of the faith, etc., as well as king. So very exciting stuff. And the music for the coronation was, of course, absolutely wonderful. Now, a lot of the music for the coronation comes from, let me see now, oh my God, we've got to work this out. Okay, let's work this out sensibly. Charles, the Queen, his grandfather was in cake to the right. So let's go. So his great-grandfather was George V. His great-great-grandfather was Edward VII. His great-great-great-grandmother was therefore Victoria. So that means his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, is that right? Yes, that must be right, was George I, going back to when the House of Hanover came over and took over the British throne. That's pretty much right. There's a bit of a there's a kink in that lineage somewhere when it went to Victoria, but basically a kink in there. And nonetheless, this is how it worked. Oh no, hold on, there's another one there. So it's great, there we are, grandfather. George I didn't only come over from Germany to take over the British throne, he took with him one of his best friends, a guy called George Friedrich Handel, or Handel as he was called back in his German days. And Handel basically palled around with the king and wrote all the music for the Georges, George I and George II. Wrote lots of music for both of them and was incredibly well paid as a result. Very famous musician of his time. During his day, much more famous than J.S. Bach could ever have dreamed of becoming. Handel was definitely the sort of the, I don't know, who was he? He was the, I don't know, who would he be in modern days? It's difficult to say, actually. Who would Handel be nowadays? The Andrew Lloyd Webber of his day. No, that's maybe not quite right. But definitely a wonderfully famous... Yeah, it's probably not a bad thing, actually. He would be the Andrew Lloyd Webber of his day, but the one who composed the better music, in other words, J.S. Bach, would be the John Rutter of his day. Does that make sense? Probably not. Oh, God. What? I wonder, is John Rutter watching? If he is, he was just likened to J.S. Bach. There you are. While Andrew Lloyd Webber was Handel. That's weird. Did you notice that at the coronation, by the way? Andrew Lloyd Webber was sitting there and John Rutter was sitting exactly opposite him. They were eyeing each other up. They've both got weird eyes. Anyway, here's a piece of music from George Friedrich Handel from his Royal Fireworks music. So, Royal Fireworks, again, something for the king. His Minuet. So, get up and dance your little waltz, everybody. Here we go. wonderful? Ah, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Magnificent music indeed. Magnificent music indeed. During a wedding ceremony, it's traditional to have not only oh, cheers, tasty beverage time. Long and thirsty day today. Not only yes, loud and bombastic music, it's also good to have something to sort of calm down to. In a British ceremony, that would be the signing of the register, where everyone goes and signs away their fortune to the new partner and serves them right. No, and yes, it's rather exciting stuff. And during that point, the organist or the musician or whatever can lay down some chill vibes. What am I talking about? No. Nowadays, you'd have some git with a guitar to come and sort of sing something at people, taking away from the ceremony, I personally think. But in the good old days, the organist would play something sort of relaxing and in the background so that people could concentrate on what was happening at the front. Which is what's supposed to be going on. However, tastes change, and one must accept it. Here, then, is a piece of music, excuse me, that might have been played during one of those things. An improvisation by a wonderfully eccentric German composer called Siegfried Karg-Ehlert, who lived from 1877 to 1933, should you be interested. And Karg-Ehlert wrote this beautiful music, or improvised this beautiful music on an old German choral called Freu dich sehr, o meine Seele, which basically means, go for it, oh my soul. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Lovely piece of music. A very cute, very simple piece of music, rather lovely. Michael Becker, thank you very much indeed for your little extra. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, don't forget, you can also say thank you here. Someone else did something earlier. Charles as well. Hello, Charles. Sorry, I wanted to read this out because there's something rather important here. Hi, Fraser, consider this my ticket. Thank you, Charles. $10. Wow, wonderful. Tomorrow is my lesson on a 417 Wurlitzer in its original installation. We'll definitely be playing some handful of keys. It is the Bird Theatre in Richmond, Virginia. That is wonderful stuff. Charles, do let us know how you get on. Come back on Sunday night and let us know how you get on. That's really exciting stuff. And take your mobile phone, record it, and post it to YouTube. Let us know how you get on. A 417 Wurlitzer in its original installation. That's exciting stuff. Good luck, have fun, record it, let us know how you got on. That's really exciting stuff. Wonderful. I think actually we're coming up to the final classical piece for this evening, and then I think we will actually disappear over to a theatre organ. Yeah, let's do that. Well, let's go to theatre organ for Charles and play some exciting stuff there as well. That's not the one. Now, where is it? Now, there was another request we had. Here it is, from our good friend Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe and Auntie Marie. Uncle Joe and Auntie Marie aren't actually our uncle and auntie, but they have become our uncle and auntie over the past years. And Uncle Joe requested an absolutely wonderful piece of music. Now, going back to the Eurovision Song Contest, anything that is Eurovision in the world these days, ladies and gentlemen, has this piece of music to sort of announce the fact that it's something to do with Eurovision. Now, Eurovision is basically a bunch of European television or broadcasters who get together and basically share all the revenue from anything they produce. It's quite a good idea, and it's invariably very popular because it goes all around Europe. The piece of music they chose as their theme is a trumpet tune from the Te Deum from Marc-Antoine Charpentier. Now, Charpentier was a French dude who lived between 1634 and 1704. So think about it, he was 70 years old when he died there. That's not bad going for those days. So he had a pretty good life, did our Marc-Antoine. And he wrote some absolutely deliciously beautiful music. But sadly, this day and age, he's only known for this. Isn't that wonderful? That's an amazing piece of music. That makes me think of very different things than anything by Eurovision. Nonetheless, it's a wonderful piece of music. Right, I think that's enough from the Book of Wedding Magnificence. The final half hour, ladies and gentlemen, of this evening's concert is about to commence. So I think what we'll do, we'll go click, click, click. Press some buttons on the screen there, and while that happens and takes us from Billerbeck across the Atlantic to some generic theatre organ somewhere in a part of the world, we can once again have a little chat. Now, tomorrow evening is going to be If you are a long-standing, generous member, you know what's coming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be the two-bar concert that should have taken place last Saturday, but sadly, due to the storms we were having around here, we had a complete power cut and there was absolutely no internet whatsoever. No telephone, no internet, nothing. So no possibility to broadcast last Saturday night. So if those of you are members and get the private two-bar concert, that will be tomorrow evening. Now that's going to be a very intimate little affair tomorrow night. Vanessa will not be with us. It's just going to be me and you and me. Lots of things to do and see. No, oh look, a theatre organ. That's what's going to be coming tomorrow. And then on Sunday night, we will be back with our Sunday night as organ music night. Now, I currently do not have a theme for Sunday night, so we're opening it up to you. What do you want to hear on Sunday night? Get your requests in, get your requests in to gang@gartshore.de. Now, over the next couple of weeks, we are going to introduce a new system for our requests. As you may have noticed in the last few weeks, since the birth of our beautiful baby daughter, Vanessa has not been here in the room with me. She's been downstairs keeping an eye on baby Gartshore. And it's kind of difficult for Vanessa and I to communicate during concerts. We don't have walkie-talkies and methods to communicate, which is rather weird. And what we're going to start doing now, we're going to start introducing a request form. And you will find, we might get it ready for Sunday. There will be a form that you will find in the video description, or we can link it here. And you can submit your requests to us. Now, this is going to be much easier for us to organize. Unfortunately, it won't be quite as spontaneous, at least not always. It can be spontaneous still. But it means you can request something in advance. You can request something fairly specific. And we get to know about these things and we won't miss out on it, because all of these things will be saved in an Excel spreadsheet so that we know exactly what people requested, when they requested it, what date they would like it played, and blah, 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 all that kind of thing. And it's a little bit more organization for us. It should make things a little bit easier, especially for Vanessa. It will give her a chance to dig out all the music in advance, or give me a chance to dig out the music in advance. We can have it all here in this wonderful score app, and get ready for playing at any time, which would be brilliant. So look out for that. That's coming up very soon. It's coming up very soon, and yeah, that's one of our plans coming up. Right, theatre organ time. I'm going to dedicate this one not only to Charles, but also to Cam and Kristen. And this is actually a request from Razbaz. I don't know this piece of music at all. It's by George Gershwin, which should be... Look, a theatre organ. It says vigorously. So this could mean I could make lots of mistakes playing it. I really don't know this. I don't know this at all, but it could be good fun. It's called I'll Build a Stairway to Paradise. Don't know it. I'll Build a Stairway to Paradise, and like I say, it's a request from Razbaz to Cam and Kristen. And I'm also going to donate this one, or dedicate this one, to Charles, who's going to be playing with a proper Wurlitzer tomorrow. I think we'll have different registrations, actually. Let's have these registrations. Because there's a piano. I think we need a piano for this one. Yes, I'll Build a Stairway to Paradise. Don't know it, so let's find out what it does. Actually, let's have a quick look. Whoops, wrong direction. Right, it's two very short pages, so I think we'll be playing. Oh, good heavens, a vision appeared in the door. Hello! Oh, oh, that's exciting. Shall we do that? Do it during this piece of music. Während des Spiele, yeah. Yes, yeah, habe ich schon gesagt. Oh, this is exciting. Vanessa just announced to me we have a wedding picture of the magnificent couple, of the happy couple. An actual wedding picture from 22 years ago. So while I play this piece of music, Vanessa will put that up on screen, and I can see it over there on that screen, so this should be exciting. I'll build a stairway to paradise. What a weird piece of music. I don't know that at all. I'll build a stairway to paradise. I quite like it though. It's one of those weird and wonderful Gershwin numbers. Now. If we're going to do sensual wedding music, let's to the music of Glenn Miller. Oh yes. Now I know Cam loves a bit of Glenn Miller, and I know our friend Joe loves a bit of Glenn Miller, and I know that everybody basically loves a bit of Glenn Miller. So let's have this. It's in here somewhere. I know it is because I've seen it. It's in here somewhere. There it is. From 1939. Let's go back to different registrations. We need big band registrations here. Let's have these. I like these ones. Back to the old big band days, not just of Glenn Miller, but of the old big bands, and the slow, sensual, swingy numbers. This is a wonderful one for any people in love. It's the Moonlight Serenade. Oh, yes, 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 yes. The Moonlight Serenade, the old Glenn Miller number there. Ah, wonderful fun, wonderful fun. Sadly, this organ doesn't have what's called second touch, which means when you play a normal key on, let's say, the bottom manual, and then there would be a second set of springs, and as you lower the second set of springs, another set of stops come into play. And unfortunately, I don't have that second touch. Now, if I did, woohoo, I could have all sorts of fun. Apparently, there are second touch keyboards available for things like this, but it would mean a complete redesign of the organ. Nope, that ain't gonna be happening. Now, Moonlight. Let's move to another tune with moon in the title. This is, of course, Henry Mancini's Moon River. Get your mouth organs at the ready. Moon River. I love that. I love that one. Great fun indeed. A huge thank you to Uncle Joe and Auntie Marie, who have been buying some coffees in the background. Thank you so much indeed for being so generous. You're amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I spotted a spontaneous request from Joe on the way past there. And I think I can remember it. I think I can remember it. Let me see. I don't think it's up. I don't think it's in the book under U. The piece of music is actually called Up a Lazy River. U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, is it even in here under U? Probably not. I think it's under, I'm willing to bet it's under L for lazy. And my L book doesn't exist because all the L's have fallen off. However, Up a Lazy River should sound something, I think, like this. I think so. Let's see if we can remember it. Sing along if you remember the Mills Brothers. Ooh, the lazy river. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. That's much more like it. Haven't had theatre organ for quite a while, have we? We need to have some more theatre organ music. Who's in the mood for a boogie woogie? I am. Don't ask me where I Do Like to Be Beside the Seaside came from. I just thought I would play that in there. Ha! Now, jazz. Brendan or Terry. One of these days I will be back in the UK and I'm going to challenge either or both Terry and Brendan to do a sort of either a duet or a trio. There are public pianos and public organs in various stations around the United Kingdom. How much fun would it be if we got together for an enormous boogie woogie session involving organs and pianos. How much fun would that be? I'm sure Brendan and Terry would be up for it. So if any of you know either of them, that's Terry Miles or Brendan Kavanagh, if you know either of them, then do get in touch and tell them I'm more than up for it. And yeah, back in the good old days, one of the best boogie duets I ever had in my life was with the legendary from New Orleans, Dr. John. Dr. John and his wonderful, wonderful old voice. Sadly no longer with us, but Dr. John and I sat down at a piano at some jam session after some crazy concert in some crazy festival, and we did some crazy four-handed boogie woogie, and we went through all 12 keys because Dr. John could do it all. He really could. And an absolutely wonderful guy, great fun indeed. And anytime boogie woogie piano players get together and do silly things like that, nobody knows what's going to happen. I'm going to finish off this evening's concert with a magnificent little number. I'm going to dedicate this to our married friends, not only Cam and Kristen, who are celebrating their wedding anniversary today, and they're about to go off out for a fancy, top-notch romantic dinner together. How do I know? Aha, I know everything. I even know where they're going. Sadly, my private jet wasn't fueled, so I couldn't go and join them. Wouldn't that be fun? But nonetheless, we wish you all the best for the evening, and to all the married couples, or to all the happy couples actually out there. Let's just dedicate it to all the happy couples out there. You don't have to be married to be happy. Some people would, oh shoot, what did I do? I pressed a button. Oh no, what did I, oh I pressed that one, that's all right. If I press that one, yes. I pressed the record, I thought I pressed the switch it all off button. I reprogrammed all my buttons here, and I just pressed one by accident. But it was only the record button, that's fine. So yes, to all the happy couples out there, whether married or not, I dedicate this final number to you for this evening. It's an old Gershwin number from 1924. It's called Somebody Loves Me, I Wonder Who.